Good afternoon, sir. May I request you to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Maria. My name is Kometsi Khotle. I am a sanitary engineer, alumnus of the Institute of Hydraulic Engineering. I think it is now called the Institute of Water Engineering in Delft. I'm a private consultant based in Lesotho. After I worked with the African Development Bank for a period that totaled 17.5 years. And now I'm practicing as a private consultant in Lesotho.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to meet you again at UNESCO-IHE, because you have been 29 years ago.
29 years, yes.
And now you have returned for a short course.
Yes.
And what was the short course about?
The short course that I came up for this year is entitled Remote Sensing and GIS. This is Geographic Information Systems. And this is what I came this time for. I must say that, but perhaps that doesn't belong to here now. At the beginning of the year, I completed another online course on integrated water resources management as a tool for adaptation to climate change and variability. So I'm trying to keep in touch with Delft.
You are a very active alumnus.
So
you have been in the in which year you have been here?
I was in the group of 80-81.
80-81.
80-81, so when we say 29 years, I left in October of 81, approximately around the year of the installation of the decade for water supply. Actually, it was inaugurated around our time. Yes, that makes it 29 years.
Are you in touch with another alumni of that time, another colleagues of you?
Yes, I have colleagues. I think the one that comes immediately to my mind is the director of rural water supply in Tanzania, whom I have been meeting on very many occasions during the time I have been with the African Development Bank. We had a number of projects we worked on together. Other alumni we meet once in a while in different fora, and others we probably just maintain correspondence in contact. Like a colleague of mine who's been in Canada, Mr. Hugh Savage. We haven't met since, but we have been keeping some correspondence together.
You are keeping in touch.
We are keeping in touch.
The distance doesn't matter anymore.
These days, the technology would even allow us to go beyond, but we parted at an earlier time when that technology didn't exist. So
I know that because I have many alumni of your generation without email addresses, and so now we are trying to make a big campaign, because even though sometimes they don't know that we continue doing art experience with alumni gatherings.
Absolutely, like I didn't really until you mentioned this, Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then which project are you working now? Which are the problems of in your place, in your region?
After leaving the African Development Bank, it so turns out that many of the projects that I have been involved with have, you may not believe it, been with the African Development Bank again. They have invited me on contracts of 6 months, 3 months, 12 months to work with them, especially with the newly established African Water Facility. So I still deal with water supply and sanitation projects through the entire project cycle management, but I've been doing a lot of other activities peripherally which are associated with development. I guess you realize that when one is in the field, you tend to branch out, you tend to widen your spectacles, and I have ventured into some interesting areas in, for example, energy, renewable energy in my country, in Lesotho. But mainly it has been in water supply and sanitation, project cycle management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. It has been a pleasure to have this little chat with me. Would you like to add something?
Oh, Maria, it's unbelievable. I mean, coming back to Delft at this time is...
I didn't want to ask that, because
yes.
I always ask to, my interviews, and I say they will say that I always ask the same.
Same question.
Go ahead,
no, it's a real pleasure. I mean, coming back to Delft is... one gets nostalgic. You see the changes, you see the things that are stable in it, and they are I don't know, reviving in all respects. And you walk down memory lane. You remember colleagues. I used to stay at Wien and Watersloot, so every day I come to work, I go past my old residence. It's just been fun.
I can understand.
It's just been fun. Yes.
I can understand.
Yes.
Well, so enjoy your last hours in Delft.
Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you too. Yeah.